Okay, so here we go. You can now, I'm starting with the magic ring, but you can start with a chain 4 and then slip stitch that together and then put your double crochets in. I'm starting with the magic ring. And as I said, I'm using double yarn. And I hope I've matched the colours up a little bit, because otherwise it would be really sad. Okay. Right. So I've just got my first slip stitch into my magic ring. I'll chain 3. 1, 2, 3, as it's going to be double crochet. And then I'll put another 8 double crochet in here. So I'm starting with 8, as in with the chain 3 it will be 9. Always start with an odd number. And I'll start that as my row 1, really, my round 1. 3. It's going to be a little bit off, I can see, but not too bad. So I should have now 9. That's including my chain, and I've still got my... Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, one more. Let's just pull that string a little bit down. One more. I would have liked to have matched this up perfectly, but it's not going to be now perfect. So let's chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right, so now I pull my magic ring. Pull my magic ring together as tight as possible. Okay, like that. And now mark your first stitch. Because that will be important for the invisible join. Okay, and now to get your ring together, you will slip stitch into the same stitch here. Just a slip stitch. Okay, so now you can adjust that a little bit. Right, and now chain 3. And this is start of round 2. Now round 2 is into each and every stitch you put a double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each stitch. So now this counts as 1. So put another one in the same stitch. That's 2. That went a bit cockeyed. Let's do it again.
Mrs. Jones is listing that is not a musical clue as to what I want this Christmas. Simple Gifts by Aaron Copeland, with the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by Susan Witter. And a very warm welcome to Classic FM. Perfect start to Sunday.
So let's have a quick count. See if I've got, I should have now 18. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is correct. And slip stitch into the top of your chains. Make sure you get both of the loops hang on, I'll do that again, that's too loose. You want that nice and tight. Slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Move your marker. Now we're on round 3. So now round 3 is, the formula of round 3 is this. You have 1 stitch, one stitch, in the next stitch you do 2. Oh, what am I doing here? It's a double crochet. So you already have your 1, and the next one is 2. One stitch, and the next one you do 2. That's your increase. Next is 1, and then your increase, so you do 2. Next 1, and then 2. That's your increase. And 1, oh, let me move this. I'm going to be banging into this crinkly paper, otherwise every time I pull out my yarn. There we go. Right, and now I'm on 2, my increase. And another increase. Move also my scissors a bit out the way. Oops, I need to do that again. I lost a yarn. So now comes my increase. You can do this with any stitch. It doesn't really matter what stitches you use, but the increases and everything else is going to be the same. Artistic license is allowed. Increase round or increase stitch. And another increase stitch. Okay, and now you count. Now you count your rounds. Not your rounds, you count your stitches. So we are now on round 3, so you should have 27. Oh, let me organize my yarn here. So let's have a check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I've actually got 26. So my last stitch, and I've made a mess here. I got myself all tangled. So I've got 26. I need one more. So I actually need an increase in here. So that's my 27th. That's my increase here. And slip stitch to the top. Make sure you get both bars. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now it now should all start curling a little bit. If you find this curling is happening way too fast for you, then you need to go up a hook size. If you think it's too floppy, then you need to go down a hook size or half a hook size. Okay, so now we're on round 4. By the end of round 4, we should have 36. So now this counts as our first one. In the next stitch, we do another 1. In the third stitch, we do another 1. So this counts. Double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Actually, I'm incorrect here. Hang on. This counts, so it's 1, 1, 2 is the formula. So I've already got 1. So I have to actually do in the third stitch, I have to do my increase. Okay, let's just check that once again. So here is your starter one. 1, 1 increase. 1, 1 increase. And I want to show you something. Just so that you know on track, you are on track. I just want to zoom in a little bit on this. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Okay, here. Now, do you see, if you look closely, you can see all the increase rounds fall on top of each other. Okay, so that's another hint. If it's not on the right spot, you will notice you've gone wrong. Okay, because sometimes when you're tired, you just do little mistakes. So let me zoom out again. Okay, so I've just done my increase stitch. 1, 1, increase. So it's good to count. And it's good to know where you are. double checking is better than having to frog everything, I can tell you that. I've done it plenty of time. Where I thought, oh, I'll be a bit casual. Increase round. Stitch, not round. Stitch, increase stitch. We're still on row 4. Increase stitch. Hang on, I've made a mistake. I lost a yarn. There we go. I'm working a bit too fast. I'm trying to do this fast for you guys. And that's what's... Also, my hook is a bit wrong. I think I have to change my hook. This is giving me problems on the back of my hand. Okay, I've done my increase. So the next round I will be changing my hook. Not the size, just the hook. And I'm sorry, that's my dog snoring, if you can hear that. This is my last increase. And I should now start counting. You should have 36 stitches. And I'll get, so start counting all of these around. You should have 36 on your 4th round. You should have 36 stitches on your 4th round. Let me just get a different hook. I have counted, I have 36 double crochet, and I just want to show you I have not changed hook size. This is a 4 millimeter, and this is 2. Okay, so not changed anything, I'm just changing the hook itself because this is being uncomfortable. So let's take my stitch marker out and get into the top stitch. Get both parts of that together, slip stitch in, pull it tight, chain 3. Or if you're doing half double crochets, it's chain 2. If it's single crochet, it's chain 1, obviously. Now we're on round 5. Put my little marker back in. So in round 5, the pattern is this: single, 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 and then your increase round. Okay, so now it's 3 single, singles, and then your increase. So double crochet 1, 2, 3, and now your increase. So let's check. you will see, let's check again, increase round, increase stitch, increase stitch, increase stitch. So yes, I'm right. So carry on. All the way around.
This is Classic FM.
Increase stitch. Increase stitch. Increase stitch. Increase stitch. Increase stitch. Increase stitch. Did I? Yes. Was a bit distracted there. Thinking ahead, you see. Increase stitch, last increase. So count again and you should have 36 going round. Okay, I'll take my marker out. Slip stitch, chain 3. Put your marker back in. Okay, we'll start round 6. But just before I start round 6, I hope I've been a bit in the picture. Have I been crocheting out of the picture? I hope not. So let's just have a quick measure. As I said, I will need 3 inches. So I'm already at 2.5 and I'm starting round 6. Okay. Or if you want to do the diameter, then I need, what did I say I needed? The whole diameter is 6 inches. Okay. So, okay, let me just show you something. I nearly made a mistake here with the measuring. You see that? Hang on. Let's move this up a bit. You see how this curls? Don't use the outside stitch. You need to use the inside stitch inside part of the stitch when measuring, okay? So from here all the way across, I need 6 in total. Or if you're measuring from the middle, then I need 3. So I'm nearly there, really. Maybe it's just one more round for me. So round 6. Now the formula for round 6 is double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, double crochet 4, and I lost my yarn, so that's still my double crochet 4, and now increase. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase, as in the 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double crochets into the same stitch, increase stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase stitch. Oops. One. Did I get both? Or did I drop? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase stitch. One, 2, 3, 4. Increase stitch. Sorry, the yarn is playing up a bit, so I'm on my increase stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be my last increase stitch, so it is. And chain to the top, slip stitch. Here we go. Right, let me just stop there. I need to measure again. My little marker. Have I moved this a bit? Somehow I'm thinking I'm not in the picture anymore. Move this. Okay, let me see. So I need to be 6 inches. Okay, I am there. So I've got 6 inches. So as per my calculations, 6 inches should be right. Okay, so another way of measuring this is not so good, is if you go round. And I don't know, I've not done this before. I was told you can do it this way. You go round. Okay, so here, what is that? That says it's 18.5. And what did I say? My head circumference is between 20 and 21. So that would be all right, because you need to be at least an inch below, as it will stretch. Okay, this is stretchy, so that will be fine. So let me just check once more, just to be sure. Okay, I have measured again. It is actually now directly on, but because of my numbers, I just want to make sure. I'm going to add one more row to this. So I'll chain my 3, put my stitch marker back in. So we're on row 7 now. This is going to be my last row, and on that I should have 63 stitches at the end. Is that correct? Yes. Right. So now the pattern goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase stitch. So now you get the pattern. With each round you need to increase. You add one more stitch. Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to give a little bit of extra height, and I want to give a little bit of extra space, but only a little bit. Let me just measure. Oops, am I in the picture? Okay, as this gets bigger, it's getting a bit harder. Okay, let me just measure this bit here. I don't want to go over too much. So I've now got to make sort of a half-informed decision. I don't want it too big, but I don't want it too tight either. So that will be for me actually 6.5 inches, which I think will be perfect. It's just a little bit more than I had calculated just to plan in. I'm definitely not going to do another round more. So I'm still on row 7. I hope you can see all of this. I'm trying, as I said, to keep all of it in the picture. One more. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the next is an increase stitch. Let me just pull my yarn out a bit more. I didn't take it from the inside of the ball. Yarn of ball. Ball of yarn. Ball of yarn. Yarn of ball. Oh my goodness. Because I needed to match up the colors as good as I could. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. This is my increase stitch. There we go, increase stitch. Okay, now if I really wanted a tight hat here, I would have stuck with my exact 6 inches. But as I'm also always just throw my stuff into the washing machine and dryer, even though it says you're not supposed to, it does also shrink a little bit. So from that point of view, I have no qualms making it a tiny bit larger, because these hats get worn a lot. And I'm not going to hand wash them and faff around. I want them washed and dried, and that's it. Increase stitch. Increase stitch. last increase stitch. Oops, that nearly went wrong. Let's do that again. There you go. So now you see how this is curving. Okay. Now you can try it on your head as well. As I said, it's supposed to be 1/2 to 1 inch smaller than the whole of your head, so that will be fine. Let's just measure again. As I said, the inside of the stitch, let me measure here where you can see. I keep forgetting that I've got the camera in between my body and the crochet. Okay, so that's now 6.5 inches exactly. And it's curving nicely, and when I put it on my head, it just covers the crown. So that's perfect because it will stretch once you pull. So for me, that is my last round of increases. And 63 stitches that should be. Let me just slip stitch this together. I'm sure it is. I just slip stitch this together. I'm not aware that I've made any mistakes. So let's just for 100% security, check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So chain 3. Chain 3, stitch marker back in. Alright, now my row counter's gone blank. Okay, row 8. Now you basically just double crochet or whatever stitch you're using, do all the way around in the same, no increases whatsoever. No increases now, just go round. Into each stitch the same.
Classic FM.
Have they really started Christmas music? Or I suppose it is the 1st of December today. That's okay. 1st of Advent. Happy Advent, lovelies. Actually, this is quite fitting. I've just noticed the glitzy and the colours. They're quite fitting. Blue and red. Just the green is missing, although the lurex in here is a little bit green, I'm guessing. So perfect choice. I didn't even really think about it. So that was a subconscious choice here. Okay. Did I get both? Yeah.
It is the 1st of December, the start of Advent, so the Christmas season has arrived on Classic FM. Alex Jones switched on the sound of Christmas just after 8 o'clock this morning. We won't have a deluge of carols just yet, more sort of light dusting. So there we have it. O come, Emmanuel. The choir of Westminster Cathedral was directed by James O'Donnell. And we opened with the air on the G string, your Petrol Suite number 3 in D from J.S. Bach, played by Yves Giardino, harmonica. Good morning, Bill Turnbull. Very much enjoying your company till 1 o'clock today, I hope. I hope also that all is well in your world. Lots of fine music, including a violin concerto from a composer who decided that he wanted Beethoven as his warm-up band. A brave man indeed. Find out who that was later. But let's listen.
Okay, now let's just count again. You should still have 63 stitches because we've not increased. Now, have I miscounted? I don't know. Hang on, let me get back. My relationship with numbers is not very good. It is 63. Oh my goodness, Maya. Oh dear. I don't know, when I'm halfway through I lose concentration. And then I have to start again. Okay, here we go. So we're still on 63, chain 3. This is row 9, and which is exactly the same as row 8. So now we're back to measuring. What you want now is your hat height. So your hat height, let me just stay in inches for the minute. Your hat height, as I said, is going to be a minimum of 7 inches. And you do that from the middle of your work, okay? So you measure that from the middle of your work. Let me try get into the picture. To the inside edge of your stitches, which I have now 4. Let me just check, is that correct? Okay, yes, that's exactly 4 inches. I have 4 inches here on my crown, with my first round of my height. So I'm going to go for 7, and I'll meet you once I've got back to once I've got to 7 inches. Sorry. So I'll get back to you once I've done my hat height of 7 inches. So I'll leave you at starting the row 9, and I'll get back to you at 7 inches of hat height. So I have just completed my 14th row, and this is 7 inches. Let me show you. So holding on to that here, middle, can you see that middle? Okay, going down. It is a little bit awkward to hold. and I've got it here in centimeters. That's a bit daft. Okay, let me just turn this around. So exactly 7 inches. Okay, I have done my 7 inches. Just to show you again, it is 7 inches. That's where my middle is. 7 inches. When I try my hat on, then the sides hit exactly the tip of my ears. Okay, now I want mine to be a bit longer than that. So I am going to do at least another 2 rounds and then catch up with you, because I want my hat to stop at the middle of my ear hole or the bottom of my ear hole. I will decide, but I will be telling you. So I'll be back with you and I'll tell you how many inches that is. So see you then. I'm going to do at least another 2 rounds. Okay, I have just finished my 16th row and I've just tried it on, and I'm thinking it goes right to the middle of my ear hole. I want another row. Let's just measure what this is in actual fact. This time I've got inches. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is easier, of course. Let me see. Okay, go down the bottom, round the curve. Okay, this is 7.5 inches. So I'm going to do another row. So I'll start on my 17th row and come back after. Oh, sorry, I've just noticed that I have not had this on record. So at row 17, I have exactly 8 inches. Let me show you this again. Oh, this is a good recording today. Here we go. Okay, go round the round and end up in the middle. And I hope you can see this is the middle, exactly 8 inches. That reaches the bottom of my earlobes, and the picture that will follow will show you that. And I have my bun included. So row 17 is the row that I have finished. I've taken out my marker and I have cut off my ends. Now I'll pause you and then I'll get back to you because I want to show you something. So for our next step, we have to figure out where we're going to have our brim and where the back part is going to happen. That is, if you're not stopping where you are, you can't stop here. So you see you have your end little bit here that goes to the back of your head. Okay, right. In the nape, make sure that's on your spine in the back of your nape. All right, and then you can, right, let me see, is that in the back? I've moved it. Hang on, like that. All right, so I've got it right in the back. Psst, quiet. So now you can see I've already put markers here, so you can now either test where are your temples and put one marker on each side. That's one way of doing it. That's going to be for the brim. Or you can fold your hat in half. And then from the midpoint here, you count 13 stitches down one side and 13 stitches down the other. This is for teenagers to adults. For children it will be less. You'll have to try it on that way. That's why I showed you that way. So in total you should then have in the front, here we go, in the total you should have in the front 27 stitches along. All right, so that's that gap there. That's marked out for the brim. That is 27 stitches. That's important. It needs to be 27. So I'll change my camera position and I'll be back with you.